next area we'd like to discuss is elopement or the risk of wandering. You know, in individuals with dementia or Alzheimer's, this poses high concern for their safety. So an area of concern are any entrances or exits in the home. So what we like to assess and evaluate is to make sure that we can make any recommendations that wandering is decreased. So first of all, we always recommend having locks up top so the individual cannot get to it or it's more difficult to get to it. The other thing we recommend is putting signs on the door, stop signs, just to cue visually that we don't want them exiting the area. The other area, as you can see, in this house does not have it because we removed, is any coats or shoes that might be some visual cues for the individual that this is an area to be, you know, to leave. So we removed all of that because visual cues are very important with individuals with dementia. So we'd like to have a clear pathway with no visual cues of entering or exiting the house. Another area is this mat. Now, Donna, with this mat, you can walk right over and get to the door. So can you just show me how you come to the door to leave if you were leaving the house? Okay. So she walks right over. Okay. She could open the door independently. Great, Donna. That's perfect. All right. So if someone wasn't here and Donna wanted to go out, she would just clearly walk right out and then maybe at risk for wandering around the neighborhood. So what I would recommend is instead of this color mat, what we'd like to do is we'd like to remove this altogether, Michelle, and then actually replace it with a black mat because from the previous segment we talked about visual deficits and depth perception with individuals with dementia. They have a difficult time seeing certain colors. So I just placed the black mat down because depth perception and visual issues with people with dementia or Alzheimer's are difficult. So, Donna, the thought behind the black mat, and again, you're not at this stage, but the black mat to people later, further on in the progression of the disease, typically looks like a black hole. So what happens is if the black mat is in front of a door, they're not apt to step, you know, on this black hole because it looks like a black hole to them. So that's going to prevent you from leaving or wandering outside the house because when you look at it, that looks like a black hole. So you're not going to step onto it. So this is a strategy that really is important in terms of elopement or risk of wandering because it really does help prevent someone from exiting the house. Another strategy is alarms that can be placed on the doors so that if you were to open the door, it would sound, Michelle, you would know that maybe your mom, you know, was trying to get out. And again, these are all strategies to help with decreasing the risk of elopement and wandering because your safety is our #1 concern, Donna, and we just don't want you to be able, you know, to put yourself in harm's way. So that is, you know, easy solution. So black mats in front of doorways really will help. The other area too is monitors. We recommend monitors. So say if Michelle was upstairs or your husband's upstairs, you know, a monitor can be upstairs and down. So then that way you know, if your mom needed any sort of attention or if she, you know, was wandering at all outside the house. So we do recommend the use of monitors too as well in the house. Now we'd like to discuss safety within the bathroom. The bathroom is an area of concern as far as therapists because most frequent falls happen getting in and out of the tub or shower or on and off the toilet. So again, Donna's mid-stage Alzheimer's. So what we'd like to do, Donna, if you take a look over here at the toilet, what we'd like to do first of all, and again, this is for individuals that have visual deficits in terms of seeing the contrast of a toilet seat versus the toilet. So Donna, can you see the color of the toilet seat?
Yes, I can.
And what color is that?
Green.
Great. So there's a contrast between the white and the green seat. Because a lot of times further along in the disease process, individuals might not be able to see the difference with the color and they think that they're just sitting, you know, and that there's no established toilet that they're sitting on. So changing the color and the contrast of the toilet seat is very important for the success of an individual to be able to use the toilet appropriately and decrease the risk of a fall. Again, we'd like to look at the shower setup, and this is a tub, so we always recommend a grab bar, Donna, just so that when you get in and out of the tub, you have something sturdy to hold on to. So a grab bar just like this, Donna, we would recommend to be installed here. So when you step in or out of the tub,
Yep.
you have something secure to hold on to.
Right.
Okay, so that's something that can be easily installed. And again, you know, we want to make sure that when you get in and out of the tub, there is a secure mat. So this is a bath
Yep.
mat. And again, it's a contrast from the color of the tub. As you can see,
Right.
this is a brown bath mat,
Yep.
and the tub is white. So again, depth perception is very difficult with individuals with dementia or Alzheimer's. So to give a color that really they can recognize when they step out of the tub will help decrease the risk of falling. So next too, I'd like just to talk a little bit about the self-care piece. The goal of therapy is to maximize independence in all ADLs. So what we'd like to do, and again, this is further down the stage than Donna is right now. Donna does a great job in terms of self-care, but we'd like to break down steps. So for example, I'm going to talk about the icons again. So if Donna, if I wanted you to, for example, wash your face, I might pair it with a visual icon, and this blue background will help you be able to see what I would like you to do. So right here, someone
Wash
washing
my
the face.
face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we'd break down the steps. Again, sometimes I would even put it on the mirror in the bathroom, and they could just go through the steps. So a few things, even like hair brushing, just pairing a brush with the actual icon to recognize the object. And again, this is at different stages of the disease process. But just to make it, you know, a little bit easier for the individual and really maximize independence. The other area of concern too is medication management. We always recommend a pill pack, such as this, and we always recommend the caregiver, whether it's Michelle or your husband, to be involved with medication management. But again, it gives you the clear days. It has a green little lip to it, so you can see a little bit better visually. But again, we recommend that the caregiver always be involved with medication management. And the other thing is just to make sure that we simplify, we slow down. When we're giving verbal directions, pair it with a visual icon to help the individual really maximize independence and safety. Do you have any questions, Donna, within the bathroom or self-care areas?
Nope.
Great.
Not at all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So to recap, the key with a home assessment with someone with Alzheimer's or dementia is to make sure that the home is safe, that the person will be safe within their environment, not prone to falling, burning themselves, hurting themselves in any way. But also, it's to promote positive outcomes for the patient. So we want to keep people as independent as long as possible. And we can do that by using visual cues and different techniques, one of which is when things get further along in the disease, using hand-under-hand assistance so that people still feel like they're taking part in the activities. In addition, the caregivers definitely need support. This is not an easy journey for anyone to be on, in particular the family and the caregiver. So access caregiver support groups. Look into educational forums and programs that are available. And learn techniques that will help you be more successful as well as your loved one with the disease. One of the key things to always remember is that you go into their world, go into their reality. Don't expect them to be in yours. Don't debate, don't question, don't correct, and don't argue. Instead, do what you have to do to make things successful for them. You'll have a much more positive outcome for the both of you.